Hi, how you doing? It's Jeff back again, bringing you another classic rock song, and of course this is Detroit Rock City by Kiss. Great song from the 70s. Now this song isn't too bad for the intermediate, for the beginner intermediate. Not too hard, and the solo isn't too bad either. It's a set piece solo, and as usual I've included all the tablature for this, and going above and beyond as usual with this channel, I have included the backing tracks for each one of the guitars, because in the studio there was another guitar player on top of Ace Frehley doing the guitar work, so you've got 3 guitars at work there. So I've included each one of them so you can practice these harmonies and get them right and make it sound good, which it really did in this song. Now, if you've just stumbled along and you've found this channel, you've found this lesson, it's great to see you. Hope you stick around to the end and learn how to play this song. And I really appreciate if you could click on that subscribe button. I know you're going to enjoy it. So why don't you just do it now? Click on that subscribe button, click on the bell, and then you'll be notified whenever I'm posting any new songs to the channel, any new lessons. And of course, you'll have my undying appreciation, helping me help this channel grow, which means more and more lessons for you as well. Well, enough of the plugs. Let's get into this and let me show you how to play Detroit Rock City. So don't go away.
Preview.
So I'm going to play the opening section, then we'll break it down. Quite a fun intro. So what we're doing, we're starting off on the A string, and I'm playing between 4 and 2 on the A string. So I'm counting out 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Then I've got a triplet. 2 triplets, triplety, triplety. And then 1 more downstroke on the 4, triplety, triplety, hitting that last note. Then I'm going to play E open string, go into an A5 power chord, go back to another E open string to a B5 power chord. Then I move up and play an octave high across 6 and 4 on the G, doing the same count. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, same triplets. And then the power chords, same power chords. To finish it off, I just move up to a C sharp 5 power chord. And that takes us into the verse section. Let's quickly talk about what the second guitar's doing. Now, the second guitar is playing a 5th higher, and they come in on bar number 3 of the intro. So we've got the guitar playing that for 2 bars. Then the second guitar comes in and it just plays 1 bar with the same phrasing, but we get this 6 and 4 on the D string. And then we got the triplet, and then the same power chords. Then he goes back and plays a full one. And it joins on that C sharp 5. So that's both the guitars. One little tip here, when I was playing this, it really is good practice to count, or else you get a little bit confused. So you just count it in your head when you do that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and triplet. Doesn't really have to count the triplets out, but if you can get yourself a little bit caught up where you are in the whole sequence, then you can't hit them triplets where you need to go on that 4th bar. Right, let's look at the verses. Right, coming out of the intro, we've already gone in and played the opening chord for the verses, which was that C sharp 5. Now we hold that, and we're going to hold that for nearly 4 bars. So we get this 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the and we play an E5 power chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then to a B5 on the and of the 4 on that one. 2, 3, 4, and then we shift down to an F sharp 5. So that last one on there goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4. Then back to the C sharp. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then to the chorus, we are then going to go in on the back of that bar. It hits that chord, which is what we played at the beginning, which was that E to an A. Now that is us into the chorus section. Right, so I'm just going to run through the chorus. So we've already gone into it by just playing that. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 1. Then we got this. Okay, all I'm doing is we did previously, that was an open E to an A5. Then an open E to a B5. And then what I'm doing a combination of the two riffs before across the D and the G string. I'm doing 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, 4. I don't have the triplet this time. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So that last one goes 1 and 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3, back into that power cut. We hold it there, and then we go back into another verse, which was that played like that. Hell. Right, let's have a look what the other guitar is doing through that chorus section now. Okay, let me just play through what this second guitar is doing through that chorus. So. Alright, what you can see is he's playing the same through the main part. The only thing he differs, when guitar number 1 is going that part, we have got this line which is following what the bass is playing. So we've got this. That little line. So we start off on 4th fret on the A string. Then we do a 4-2 on the A. It's a 4 on the E string. Back to a 2. Then finish up on the 4. Phrasing. Next phrase, we start on 4 again and we do a 4-2-4. And we go cross over to the 2 on the D, back to the 4 on the A. And then final line, we're doing 2-4 on the E, cross over to the 2 on the D, back to the 4 on the A, and then back into. And there we go back and we do another verse, and then we go into chorus number 2. We come out of the back of chorus number 2 and we go into this little interlude break, which is the lead guitar following exactly what is being played on the bass. So let me just play this section through. Okay, let's go through that. We played part of it already, but let me just go through that. So we start off the same as we did before. We got this 4 on the A, 4-2, 4 on the low E, 2-4 back on the A. And then we've got that 4-2-4, cross over to the 2 on the D, back to the 4 on the A, and then 2-4 on the E, cross over to the D2, and then we repeat. Repeat that part. Now, when we come back to that 4, what we're going to do, we're going to move up 2 frets and we're going to play the same phrase that we did right at the beginning, but moved up 2 frets. So we get this 6 on that 6, 4, 6 on the B, on the E, and then 6, 4. So we get same phrase as the previous one, again 2 frets higher. So we get 6, 4, 6. Cross over to the 4 on the D, 6 again on the A, and the riff, which is 4, 6, cross over to the D4, and we repeat that part again. We do all of that again, but instead of going down to that 4, 6, we go to the 2, 4 on the low E. Cross over to 2 on the D, finish it on 4A, back into our usual chord, that E to the A5, and then we go into verse number 3. Let's just check out what the guitar is playing, the second guitar is playing behind what we're doing there on that line. So we start off that section with just a C5 power chord, just played, but we don't hold it, we go. And then we hold for 7 bars while that riff's being played. Then we are going to move up to a D sharp 5 power chord, and we're going to play that for 2 bars. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Move down to this C sharp 5 power chord for 2 bars. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to play an E for 1 bar. 2, 3, 4. To a D5 power chord. 2, 3. Then we've got this move to our usual. Hold that, and then we go back into the verse. Verse number 3, normal standard. So that's what the chords are behind that interlude. Just want to quickly show you the slight variation on chorus number 3 as we go into the guitar solo. It starts off that E to that A power chord, and then that E to the B5. 2, 3, 4. Then what we've got on the next bar, so we're going 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going from. And all I'm playing there is a G sharp 5 to a C5. I'm silent. Right, let me play through the main part of the solo, not the harmony. I'll do the harmony in a second, but let's just play through the main guitar solo. So. Right, let's break that down. First part. So we're going to start off on 6th fret on the D string. We're going to play 6 and then 4 and 4 across the G and the B. And then back to 6 on the G. There's lick number 1. So we start off on 6th fret on the D string. We're going to play 6, cross over, and we're going to hold down 4 and 4 on the G and B, playing. And then back to the 6 on the G. Then we're going to move up to 9th fret on the G string. We're going to play 9, 8, I have to think about that, 6. Again. Finishing on 9 on the D. Then we're doing 8, 9, 8 back on the G. And then we're going to play 9, 7, 6. So we get. So it's 8, 9, 8. And then 9, 7. Then down to the 6. And And then the final part of that phrasing, we cross over to 6 on the G string, and we're going to play 6, 9, 7 on the D. Finishing on that 6 again on the D. Now we repeat that opening line again, which is at 6, 4, 4. Finishing up on 6 on the G. Repeat the opening part. Play the same thing again as we did before. And then the variation here, we're going to play 6 on the D, 5 on the G, and then to 6 on the G. Then we've got a C sharp 5 chord, and we play on that triplety, triplety, trip. Back into our usual. And that takes us out of that harmony. Now, let's go and check out what the second guitar is that creates this harmony line. This comes in on the second time round when the first guitar is playing this. We have this line. That's the first one. So let me just go through that. We start off on the 9th fret on the D string. We're going to play 9, cross to G, do 8, cross to the B, do 7. And then finishing up on the 9 on the G string. First one. Then we got this line. Now what that there is 9, 7 on the B to 9 on the G. Twice, and then finishing on the 8. And then we go back to the B string and we're going to play this 7, 9. So we do a, what we got there is a 7, 9, 8. Down to the 6. Then we do 5, 8, all on the G, 6. So I put that together. I say it does sound weird. It sounds weird when I'm trying to play it because I keep hearing the other melody instead of that. But we get this. Now that is your first part of the melody. Now there is an overdub that was done in the studio here. Live, the two guitars then go into another harmony. So let me just play what this guitar is now going to continue, and then we'll look at the other harmony that's been played over the top of that. So sounds confusing, a lot makes sense as we go through. But this is what the guitar is then going to continue that I've just played. So we get this. So we start off on 14th fret on the B string with that triplet. Then 17 on the B string. Then we've got this line here which is 16, 14 on the high E to 17, and we repeat. Finishing on the 16 on the B. Next line is going to be 14, 16, 14 on the high E to 17 on the B to the 16. Back to the 14 on the E string, and then finishing up on the 17 on the B. That's that line there. Then we go to this rundown where we're going to play two notes on twice on each note. We do a 16, 14, and then we cross over to the 17, 16 on the B, and then 17 back on the B string. And then we got this little phrase, kind of almost like a bluesy phrase, which is played on 16 going to 19 with a full tone bend, and then coming back on that 19. There's back to the 19. And then to the 16 on the high E. And then we're going to do a 19-17 on the B string. So that whole leg. Now we go back and repeat two of the lines we've already played, which was that first one. That one there, and then we repeat. That is the first part of that extended harmony solo that we've got. Now let's check out what the other guitar was doing in the studio as the overdub, which is played by the first guitarist the second time round, leaving the bass to do all the chord work on creating the chord work behind that. So let's go and check that out. So this is the line for the third harmony over the top, which picks up when you're playing that 17. So when the guitar's going, that's where it picks up, and it starts off on 5 on the B. Now, some of these notes are going to be very similar to what we've just done on the previous one. We get that one there, which is that where we're playing 9 to 7 on the B and then to 9 on the G. And then dropping down to 8. That's the same. So we would get. Next one is going to be 7, 9, back to the 7. And then we cross over and we do a 9, 8. Cross over to the 7 on the B, back to the 9 on the G. And then we've got that run down, same as we had on the other one, but we play 9 to 7 on the B. And then we've got on the G string, which is 9, 8, back to the 9. We've got. And then that thing with the bend that we did on the other one, we're going to play it across 5 and 7 on the B string. So we're playing 5, 7 full tone bend, releasing it down, and then we're playing, which is 8 to 6 on the G. Now we go back to the part we were repeating, which is the same as what we did previously. And that's the harmony line that we played over the top part here. From there, it goes back to another verse. So we go back into that C sharp, and we go through another verse, and of course, into another chorus. Well, that's all of the sections to the song covered. I know we got a little bit complicated through the harmony section, but what I've done, and as I've said before at the beginning, there's going to be a link down below that takes you to my website where I have created backing tracks for each of the guitars. So you can decide which of the two harmonies you want to play along with. Now, when you do that, you will hear the structure of the harmonies as well. So it does come together very, very well when you play along with the backing track. By itself, it doesn't work too well, but use that link and you'll really get the taste for this song, which is the highlight of this song, Detroit Rock City. Well, I'm going to let you go. Hope you've enjoyed learning this relatively easy Kiss song. Listen to the videos, listen to them playing live. They're out on tour at the moment, doing their farewell tour. We shall see on that one. Well, until the next time, this is Jeff Sinker, wishing you well. Look forward to seeing you all again real soon. Until then, goodbye.